And welcome back to GC Sports. Tonight we start fresh. Out with the trucks, in with the cup cars for a brand new season of action. I'm GTR Mike 89 and I'll be the host for this 8-week mini-series here on Monday nights. Tonight, what we will see is the GC Sports C-Level Slider Series, which is comprised of league newcomers as well as drivers who didn't accumulate enough points to advance up from last season. Where are these drivers heading for the season opener, you may ask? None other than Talladega Super Speedway. We're going plate racing tonight, everybody. 47 laps. It's only a 25% race. 2% wear, no cautions or stages, so it's going to be a quick sprint to the finish. I have a very special guest with me in the booth for race number 1. I've got GC Sports CEO and brainchild of it all, none other than Aqua Taddy himself. Taddy, first off, how you doing tonight? You excited for this?
Man, this is we had 26 on the roll call, 26 drivers at a track like Talladega. Half of these guys, of which have never raced with each other. How is a person not excited for something like that? It should be a good one, and there's no caution, so we're going to see either some patience or we're going to see some aggressiveness take out drivers on lap 1.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of just touched on it now, but I was going to ask, tell me a little bit about this, how it came together, and what you expect to see out of tonight.
Well, so we anybody that tuned in last season and seen the slider groups that we had, that was not an A, B, or C group at the time, but the top 10 from both those became the B group, the top 20 drivers. So these guys now are the C group. Again, like you said, the guys that didn't show up enough, didn't get the points, and or are brand new to the league. We have a whole bunch of new guys out here. If you're looking at this list in front of you, anybody on YouTube right now, you're not going to recognize a lot of those names. And I'm interested to see how this goes. I don't even know a lot of these guys. I've personally never even seen some of them on the track before qualifying right there. So should be a good time. Hopefully all goes well. And back over to you, bud.
Yeah, I know we've been having some technical difficulties trying to get this stream up and running tonight. So you are in charge of the camera views. I'm just here with my majestic voice here to call the action. So I know we're going to go blue screen here in just a minute to get this lobby underway. T. White, 2929 newcomer to the GC Sports, is on the pole for tonight's action. 26 drivers around Talladega. How long is it going to take to get to that big one? We're going to find out shortly.
Yeah, it looks like only 24 drivers going to be in there. I'm going to be backing out right now. There's approximately 2 seconds left. So there was 25. I'm going to blue screen so we can go ahead and join. I'm not really sure who my pick to win this one is. Brett Baker did make it, so we have 25 racing today.
Yeah, let me know when we're off blue screen.
We're off blue screen.
Oh, all right, good. Yeah, we got a stacked field here tonight, even though it's comprised of some guys who weren't able to advance up. We've got some fast newcomers in here. Brett the Jet's in here. Wasted's in here. Pole sitter T. White. The voice of NASCAR, all really stout drivers in their own right. So this series is loaded. Top 15 in points at the end of this regular season. Or season, there is no playoff. We'll advance up a series. So there's a lot to race for here as we start off at Talladega. I'll go ahead and load in myself.
Yeah, you're seeing the screen on here. Having slight concerns. Somebody said 4 people lagged out already.
Oh, boy.
Gonna have to check pit road, but there's T. White right there, 2929 in the 49 car. It's gonna take us a minute, both me and Mike, trying to figure out who's who here, as that looks like one big field. I don't see any lag outs on. I see all 25 cars on track, so that lag out must have been in qualifying or something. I just not seeing it. I'm seeing a lot of left and right, but I don't believe that to be lag. I believe that just to be these guys getting up to speed. A little bit of contact back there between the 21 and the 10, I believe. Have no idea who those drivers are, but we're going to ride along with your leader as we go down the backstretch right now. Oh, 22's right.
We'll get through this roster here tonight slowly but surely. If we get some names wrong, we're sorry. It's the first race of this season, and it's a lot of new drivers, so we'll get it figured out before the 8-week season's over with, as I'm still loading in here.
Yeah, we're going to get the names right just in time for the names to be different for the next season.
There we go.
T. White is our race leader in the 49 car. I'm actually going to click through so you guys can see the names of all the drivers out here on track. To any viewer at home that might be wanting to see where their guy is, long live the sauce. Outside front row in the 24 has fallen back because he was on the outside, but in the Jeff Gordon scheme, Demon Racing switched to this pink number 47 at the last minute. He was supposed to be in a Toyota. Higgy_WX. This guy's mad fast. Expect to see him up front at the lot at the ends of these races. Real patient and real fast. Hamilton X44. He's gone by about 42 different names. Most recently it was, I believe, Quackmaster. Dirt Dog in the 66. Crableg making his return to the league. Really excited about this one. In the number 4 Stuart Haas car. Broadcaster Clay, you'll hear his voice tomorrow night. Just Ken in the 00. Voice of NASCAR, Alex Ned, a actual NASCAR photographer out there in that number 13. So that's pretty cool out there. Tackleberry in the 77. Brian SP in the 73. Old Guy in the 1. Ooh, 10 make contact with the wall. Denkate in the 88. GTR Butters in the 21. Wasted in the 62. Mr. Unlimited in the 10, Tollison 22, Brett the Jet 42, Cowboy 32, Hellraiser in the 19, Do the Do in the 9, Brinkerhoff in the 14, Sludge in the 8, and rounding out the field, Brett Baker in the number 2 car. Over to you there, Mike.
Absolutely. Most of this field has gotten single file. We see a move for the lead here from that 47 car. That's Demon Racing looking to the outside of T. White for the first lead change tonight. Shouldn't really see too much single file racing. These guys should be going all out, as we are going to see 2 pit stops here tonight at Talladega in this 47 laps. These guys are going to get about 17 to 19, maybe even 20 laps of fuel on a stint. So there will be 2 stops tonight. I'm actually surprised we don't see more going for that outside lane, but right now everybody's just trying to feel each other out, get accustomed to each other. Brand new series, everybody's still trying to figure out how each other drives and such, so maybe a little bit conservative here on race number 1. But T. White is going to hold on to the lead for now, followed by the number 4.
Yeah, it's really interesting seeing T. White actually running out front. He's the driver that has been in this league the absolute least of any driver in the league. He was added about an hour and a half ago to the league. He's buddies with Brett the Jet and added him, so definitely a true rookie out there in that 49 car, as he's leading a pack of 25 cars around Talladega.
Crableg right behind him. He's been established for that, making a return to GC Sports after a hiatus. So glad to see him back here. He's trying to make a name for himself right here, advance to the B group for next season. Right behind him, that's the 00. You've seen him before. He raced Monday nights last season. That's Just Ken. He is now up here in the 00 in the C-level group, trying to advance up into the B group for next season.
Yeah, what I'm seeing right now, these top 5 drivers, again, I don't know White that well, T. White that well, but the other 4, C. Crableg, Just Ken, you got Long Live the Sauce running in 4th in that 24, and then Higgy in that 34, I believe. They're in 5th, so none of these names really shocked me to see them up front, and then, of course, you have the voice of NASCAR running 6th. You expect them to be up front, and they're doing the logical thing right now, is staying on the bottom, and those guys in the back are trying to make some moves, but that's about all it is just testing the waters right now.
For sure. Got a group of established league veterans here towards the front of the field. Like you, I don't know too much of the past of T. White, where he comes from or where he's been, but right now he's trying to show these veterans how it's done. Crableg, Just Ken, Long Live the Sauce, Higgy, they all look like they're just content right now, riding in line, trying to make some moves for the end of this race. They don't want to get caught up in anything early, as there are no stages or no cautions to fall back on. So just trying to play it safe here early on at Talladega.
Yeah, I really like, actually, so back in the pack, as I see the 12 of Broadcaster Clay, he got a little out of line there. The second group, led by Mr. Unlimited in the 10, that involves Denkate, the 9 of Do, the 8 of Sludge, the 66 of Dirt Dog. These guys get on and work a lot together. I know for sure Dirt Dog and Denkate do. And I really like seeing them just ride around kind of in the back, a little ways off the big draft. There's enough of them that if they wanted to make a move, they can. But at the same time, if something were to happen, they have time to avoid it. So I really like what these guys are doing back here, knowing there's still 2 stops.
Yeah, it's smart right here from these guys. They're trying not to get caught up in anything. You kind of see that in real life too. You'd see a group of cars just laying off the back in these draft races just to stay out of that big one. They want to avoid that. But it looks like they're starting to catch back up now. We got some contact here. One guy on the apron got one on the wall as well. That's the number 10. He's going to fall back to the back of this group, try to hitch on here, keep that draft, but he definitely got the wrong end of that.
Yeah, and he was actually the leader of that second pack that I was just praising, saying how they were hanging back a little. And the moment they got there, things went crazy, and now he looks like he might lose the draft back there. Two drivers I'm seeing having a hard time is the 2 of Brett Baker and the 42 of Brett the Jet. I don't see that being intentional, but I did see Brett the Jet. He had a really hard time qualifying also, was one of the guys that lost the lead pack. So, little interesting. You got the two buddies, the T. White and Brett the Jet. One's in first, one's in last. Kind of opposite ends of the spectrum for those two here tonight.
Yeah, it is important to stay in the draft here tonight. If you lose that draft, it is essentially race over. You lose so much time when you're not in the draft, 2 seconds a lap. So even with a little bit of strategy play, like 2 tires or fuel only, it's just not going to be enough. So unfortunately for the number 10, he's just going to have to ride around and hope for other people to have some problems. As we're starting to see that outside lane, some more people taking a look at it, even getting forced up there like the 21 of Butters.
All right, listen. You've seen the names now, at least a good handful of the names on the track. Which one you taking for your race winner here at Talladega?
Oh, gosh. I'm going to have to go with somebody that's seasoned, somebody that's experienced. I don't think we're going to see a shocker or an upset here tonight. I think the winner of this race right now is riding somewhere in your top 10. And if I had to put money on it, I'd have to go with Sauce.
24, long live the Sauce.
Yeah, he knows how to get around these plate tracks. I've seen him do it before.
Gonna give him a couple seconds airtime there. Out in YouTube land, we talked about Crab Leg making his return. That kind of shows how much that's wanted out there. It's T-Bird and Country Caliber both talking about how Krabby's going to dominate the season, so their bet is on the 4 car. I actually disagree with you. I think there will be an upset tonight, and I think your race winner will be the 21 of GTR Butters.
Butters! Oh, how about some airtime there, buddy? I know you watch these broadcasts back, but Butters getting picked for the win.
I like what he's doing. He's kind of riding around whenever a car lifts up. Most of the drivers are kind of like, I'm going to lift and let him come back down. I'm seeing him, he's not letting him back down. And if they try coming down there, he's not going to say, okay, yeah, you can just bump me. He's bumping him back up out of the way, And that is I have no idea, the 9 maybe of Do the Do. Oh, another one in the wall. That's Sludge. But yeah, so Butters, and then earlier he was also the guy that was leading that outside lane until he ended up in the wall. But I see him making moves, and it's either going to benefit him or it's going to wreck him out. But either way, Butters, I like what he's doing right now in that 21 Wood Brothers Ford Mustang.
Yeah, a lot of it's going to have to do with if you got partners on pit road. If you're in a party chat with some people, how many guys you have with you to help you out and keep that draft. Oh, man. Ambitious move there from the 21. But I think that's going to have a lot to do with how this race plays out, how many friends you've got on the track, and how many mistakes you make or don't make getting on and off pit lane. It's going to have a factor as well.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that right now Butters isn't listening to the stream, because I said how I like him making moves, and then 2 seconds later I hear, oh, there's an ambitious move by the 21 car.
Indeed. It was quite the move there from Butters. As I'm trying to find a driver stream here to pull up so I can get some laps remaining and such. I don't know how many people out of the series stream. I know Denkate might be streaming.
So 47 laps, they get 19 to the tank, the 49 leading the whole way. When he comes to pit road, I'm going to say they're at 19 laps into it.
All right.
RJ Smitty out there, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I'm on. Denkate's got a live stream. We are on lap 13 of 47. So 13 laps already, so pit stops here in a handful of laps.
Yeah, real interesting at what they're going to do here with strategy. If you've reached, once you hit about 16 to 17 laps, you could start pitting for your first stop, knowing that your last one has only got to be 16, 17, right? So, 20, 20, and then the extra. I personally, at super speedways, I like to be one of the first ones to pit, especially if you have draft help, simply because at that point, then when everyone else is coming onto pit road out of the pit, you're already up to speed and able to get around them. That's just my personal preference, but going to be interesting to see this many cars in a pack, how many try to pit together knowing black flags are on, and one bump in the rear could also ruin your night.
For sure. It also, these guys may or may not be able to just take right side tires the entire race. I don't know if they can make those left sides last all 47 laps, but if they can, that'd be a big advantage. They only take 2 tires and maybe even no tires on that final stop. So,
yeah, if it's be here, yeah, for sure. This first stop, I might go ahead and just take 4, just because, and then kind of let it fall where it's where it may on that last one. If you're able to take 2 or none, then go ahead and do it. But yeah, I would definitely be taking 4 at least this first stop with no cautions.
Yep. Looks like we've had a group of 4 fall off this lead pack. They're a couple seconds behind there. 4 cars, so they're still in good shape. They can catch this pack if they really needed to, I do believe.
Yeah, and leading the way, actually, just so people know, that 8 car, that is SMK Sludge. You guys may not recognize his name on the slider side, but he ran here in Eldora on the sliders and dominated in the trucks. And then he went on to the custom side on Thursdays, and he, with the likes of Mike RPM and the Bear out there, and he won the regular season title over there before missing the playoffs. So there's some talent in that number 8 car as he's back there leading this pack, probably back up to the front here in just a few short laps.
He's being pushed by the 66 of the Dirty Dog, the 88 of Dencate, and the 21 of Butters. All 4 of them linked up here towards the back. Looks like we're going to have some pit stops this time, though.
It looks like we have a new race leader up front, too, as the number 4 of Crableg has gotten around T. White. We didn't see it happen as we were riding with that backpack, but yeah, new race leader. I don't know if that's intentional by the 49, maybe to save a lap or 2 of fuel, but yep, he's now in second.
We're going to see a few pit, I do believe. That second group had fallen off. Yeah, we're going to have some takers here on pit lane. We got the 47 around.
Yeah, that was no bueno. I don't know who this... I think it was the 88 got on the brakes and just spun it right into the side of that 47.
Yeah, the 47 goes around getting on the pit lane. That's a big mistake. That's Demon Racing. He was not able to hit the commitment cone, so he has to go back around another lap. I hope he's got enough fuel to make it to the end, but his race is over.
Yeah, interesting strategy there. The 21 of Butters was back there with that group that did pit, and he did not pit, so he stayed out. Maybe he's seen something not going good on pit road. I'm not sure. That's a little interesting to be out there by yourself, though, now.
Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of time here on this solo lap by himself, as the big pack does stay out another lap. So, big disadvantage for Butters as he's going to stay out again. If I was Butters, I would have just pit that lap and try to hope I funneled back in with the guys who had already pit, but he's got other ideas as these guys are trying to merge back on track safely.
Yeah, I think he would have, too. I think he would have merged back in with all the problems they had getting on pit road. Surely he would have caught up to at least one of them. But yeah, he chose not to. Out there on YouTube, we have Robbie Racing also. Thanks for tuning in.
Robbie, glad to see that you're joining the broadcast for tonight. Hope all is well. Back for a little bit of Talladega action here tonight to begin this brand new mini season for GC Sports. 8 races. Top 15 in points after these 8 races will advance up to the next highest tier here in GC Sports. A lot on the line, a lot to race for.
And this individual race, we talked about it earlier, but this individual race, the winner gets to advance and run with the B guys tomorrow night, showing that they've had the experience, kind of like a dash within a regular race, kind of neat little concept there.
And what's great about that, Taddy, is we didn't tell the drivers this. They do not know that the winner of this race gets to move on to the B group for tomorrow night.
Yeah, they have no idea. They're actually going to find out in the post-race interview that they're welcome to join next week. So that'll be kind of interesting. And, there's always those drivers that when they join a league that they're kind of upset. They're like, hey, you've seen my talent. You know that, I deserve to be up there in the top guys. And I can't deny that some of these guys are really talented and maybe they might dominate the C group. But at the end of the day here at GC Sports, we're fair. If one guy has to start at the bottom, so does everyone else. And that's just how we do it here. So these guys all trying to prove that they don't belong in C group. And we're here saying let the points do the talking.
Yeah, one guy's going to get the opportunity for tomorrow to run with the higher group. we're going to see who it is, as this front group still has yet to pit. I am very intrigued by this, as we are almost on lap, I believe we're lap 20 for this lead group. As I'm on Dinkate's stream, but he's already pit, so he's a lap down. So lap 20 here for these guys. They're going to have to pit twice. They were instructed to pit twice, so there is no sense in trying to save, as some of them are coming down pit lane this time by. Very aggressive entry from Sauce. Ooh, that's close to speeding.
The 73 of Brian looks like he wrecked. Looks like somebody got into the back of the 4. That was your leader at Crab Leg. 73 still spinning out there. Butters is actually with these guys. I'm not sure how he got caught up to be able to pit with them, but he might have just stayed on it until he got to pit road just to catch him. But yeah, so interesting pit strategy by these guys, and it doesn't seem like they're getting on the brakes quick enough. That's yet again, that's why we do Talladega first, get used to racing with each other. The problem is, none of them are used to each other, so they don't understand where they're braking and where they're not going to brake, and especially if they're not in a chat together.
Yeah, there were some that were very conservative getting on pit lane. Sauce, though, was not one of them. He was very aggressive, and he has been bit with a speeding penalty, so his race is essentially over. So, Butters and Sauce, they've each had problems. Taddy, our picks aren't looking so good right now.
Yeah, that's why as broadcaster you really shouldn't ever pick anyone, because they call it the broadcaster's curse. But the 4-car, the YouTube fans they're cheering for Crab Leg, and it looked like he got pushed onto pit road too. So I'm not sure if he got a speeding penalty, but he may have been just as cursed. I think Butters is going to be all right. Look, he actually got out in front of these guys, do the do in them. Butters is wrecking now. He was on the track, the 10 come through, and
well, this is not going well. But Crab Leg's good to go. He came off pit road in second place behind Higgy. So he's being pushed by broadcaster Clay. Wasted's up here in the top group. Got the 1 car. I'm not quite sure who the 1 is.
He's the driver.
Old guy. That's old guy.
Yeah, hey, old guy. Maybe you guys don't know, RJ Smitty last season on Tuesday was the Slider Series winner, the champion over there on Tuesdays. Old guy is his father, so maybe the racing runs in the family, but at the same time, old guy is in the C group, so little bragging rights there for the kid.
Yeah, we got a big group of 7 here that's coming up on a group of 4 that are just merging off of pit lane. See if they make the move to the high side or if they just tuck in and ride. Looks like they're going to go high immediately.
Yeah, it looks like that 49 of T. White, now that he's back in traffic a little bit, he doesn't like that. He's going to the outside trying to make moves every chance he can.
Right now we got the 18, followed by the 00 of Just Ken, the 19, and the 32 are the top 4. Broadcaster Clay's going to round out your top 5.
Smitty's out there in YouTube land. Apparently he was listening while we were talking about the bragging rights for he over his dad.
Love to hear it, Smitty. Smitty's last season's Tuesday night Slider Truck Series champion.
Yeah, that's another big difference here over with GC Sports now. Last season we were trucks. We planned on going to Xfinity and Cup. However, kind of just me thinking of things, but the new game's not going to have truck and Xfinity, so there's not really any reason to affiliate the league with the truck and Xfinity, as here shortly we won't be able to have that opportunity. So all Cup racing from here on out for GC Sports, at least until a new game offers one of the others.
Yep. Now, so this front group is really starting to get bunched up. We're led by the 18 car. Go around to him real quick. That is...
Oh, big wreck.
And the 32 does go around there. Hamilton in the 18 car.
Yeah. Out there on YouTube, Hunty asked, it's kind of interesting question. He asked if Group C gets to advance to the next day like Group C does or not. Sorry, no, we don't have an A group, so there's nowhere for the Group B to advance to right now, Hunty, until they pointed their way. So the answer to that question is no.
So right now, yes, the B group is the highest group here in GC Sports. And they, as like these guys tonight, will be starting their mini season tomorrow for the Slider Series. And they will have the opportunity to advance to the A group for the brand new game.
Yep. Up front, yeah, it's a little different looking with Hamilton up front, followed by Just Ken. The 77 at Tackleberry, yeah, wasted in the 62, and broadcaster Clay, good run from him. Big shout out to him also. They got a team Twitter account that he called out GC Sports, tried getting all his viewers to watch, as it saying that he was out here racing. So kudos to that. And then T. White running back there in 6, trying to get his way back to the front, but lost a little bit of that help he had earlier.
I mentioned broadcaster Clay quite often. He's one of the newer drivers to league racing in general. He's always been in the broadcast booth, hence his name. But in terms of on-track action, he's still very, very, very new to this. He's only got 15 to 20 races under his belt total. So he has been improving every race that he's been in, and right now he's finding himself in contention for a win here in race number 1 of the C Sliders.
Yeah, that always amuses me when I get on and somebody's like, oh, I'm doing my 30th race or something like that. I'm like, oh, I'm at 1,200.
Yeah, I'm doing my 3,000th race.
Lap traffic about to come into play. The 10 was wrecked earlier. Him and Butters got into that contact coming off pit road, and looks like he's going to stay high, let these leaders go, probably try to fall back in line, because if you can attach to this group here, it's not going to hurt you, as you'll catch all the other guys a lap down and maybe get to pick up a few more positions. Looks like he decided to cut them all off, actually.
That is Mr. Unlimited, 51. We are already past halfway here tonight at Talladega. These races this season is going to go by very quick. These races are only going to take 35, 40 minutes apiece. Quick little 25% sprint races, but there is everything on the line. So these guys, they don't have much time to put themselves in position to win. You're going to see a lot of action this season. These guys are just going to go all out trying to get their way to the front of the field.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, the reason that these guys are doing a 25% and starting an hour earlier than what we normally race around here, after this season, when we have an A group, the A group will go to Wednesdays, which is
the 19 in the grass.
Yeah, who's the 19?
That's Hellraiser.
Ooh, dang, I hate to see that. He's having a good run up there. But yeah, so the A group is going to end up on Wednesday, so B would be Tuesday, A would be Wednesday, and then B group for customs on Thursday, and A group for customs on Friday, as both C groups would run on Monday, these 25% races.
Well, that eliminates another driver here out of the top group. The 19 got hooked onto the apron in the tri-oval. He goes through the grass, lost control into the wall. So that's another driver that's not going to have a chance to win tonight. Hellraiser is out of this front pack. The front pack dwindles down to about 8 drivers now, still in contention for this thing.
Hey, just so we're clear, I looked back there a little bit, went through the pack, and Butters is pushing Sauce. So our guys might still have a chance to get caught back up.
And they better push hard then, because there's a group of 8 up here.
Yeah, I think what's actually going to hurt this group is that 10, I'm not sure why he's doing it, but Mr. Unlimited, keeps like getting really racy with these guys. I'm not sure why or what he's doing. I'm also seeing him try to pass below the yellow on T White, and there's just no reason for it, really. You're a lap down. You're not gaining anything by passing any of these guys. You really just want to coast and catch all the other lap traffic, as they're actually catching up to Brett the Jet. And like we spoke about earlier, that's T White's buddy, so maybe T White will finally have some drafting help and be able to make his way towards the front here.
Yeah, for sure, as Brett the Jet has not had the night. He is wanted in the 42 car. He does sit right in front of this lead pack. He is one of T. White's good friends. Will he play a factor in the end of this thing, trying to get his buddy to the front of the field? Do they have any drafting help other than just them two? We have no idea what parties or groups these drivers are in tonight, and if they have any friends. But it's always nice to have somebody that you're very close with to be able to help you out in these races. So we'll see if Brett the Jet can help out his buddy T. White here towards the end of this race.
Yeah, we're not seeing a whole lot of side-by-side racing right now, but again, all these drivers understand there is another pit stop coming up, one final pit stop that will probably separate this lead pack. At least a couple guys will probably lose the lead pack, but I expect to see after the final stop lots of side-by-side racing as people try to figure out who's going to go with them and how to time that outside run.
Yeah, you best believe that that high side is going to work tomorrow night, because I am in the race, and I am known to get up there and make that thing happen. So
listen, in my head, I'm already there.
even to the detriment of myself. I'll go up there just by myself. I'll got to run every single lap and make it try to make it work. So
yeah, I don't know if you've seen the Tuesday Slider group at Dega last season for the trucks, but it didn't dawn on me to save fuel. Everybody else went into the fuel save gear, and so I was like 13th or 14th in line. I went to the outside and passed the whole field by myself and ended up with like a 2-second lead, and I just thought I was flying, and then they were all saving fuel.
That's a big rip. But it looks like we did have some final pit stops there amongst some guys. Dinkate, the Dirty Dog, the 8 car as well. They've hit pit lane for the final time tonight. They are good to go to the end. Going to have 16 laps remaining here for the leaders.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here to the 10 and the 42. They were right on the tail end of this lead group, and I thought with Brett the Jet catching up to these guys, it was going to play detriments to that 49 car, but instead he and the 10 somehow lost the draft. I'm not sure how, but yeah. And like I said, I like what the 8 and the 88, that second group did. I like pitting early. They were behind. They needed to do something different. Why not try it? But I just feel like this front group's going to probably go down, take no tires, and just a splash of fuel, just enough to make it that last 8-9 laps.
Yeah, all of these guys are within their window. I'm willing to bet the 62 and the 12, Wasted and Broadcaster Clay, are in a party chat together. They are teammates in another league on Sunday nights. So I'm willing to bet that they're racing together here and maybe be able to do something, hook up, and get around these front guys. Or pit together and try to make some strategy play.
Yeah, I actually forgot all about that. As soon as he got added to the chat, as soon as Wasted got added to the chat, Clay was all excited about it.
Yep. Yeah, they're teammates in another league, so I can almost guarantee that they're working together here tonight. So that's 2 guys that I'm pretty sure here in the front group are working together. I don't know about the rest of them, though. When are these guys going to make their final stops?
I'm seeing 2 Toyotas in this front group, one at the front of the pack and one at the back of the pack, that 18 Hamlin Nation. Can't say enough about him right now, running up front, leading these guys. He was kind of mid-pack at best before that first stop, and now to be running up front, leading these guys. Again, I'm not seeing any challenges. Nobody's really trying to make a run on him. However, he's doing a great job leading this pack and keeping them in line, really, to be able to just spread that gap over anybody else in the field and make it decided on these guys on who's going to win.
Yeah, right now in this front group, you do have Hamilton leading the way with just Cannon second, Tackleberry third, Wasted fourth, Broadcaster Clay in the top 5, Higgy 6th, 7th is Crableg, and rounding out this front lead group is T. White in 8th in the 49 car. So that is your top 8 here vying for the win at Talladega, race number 1 of 8 here in this short mini-series for GC Sports. Like Higgy's laying back here just a little bit. He might be going for a run on the back straightaway. We're going to see if he makes a move.
I think he was yeah, I think what happened there was the 77 Attackberry ended up on the outside, and so I think Higgy changed his plan. Wanted to make a run, but then he figured, well, let's make this pass and then try to do another run here in a lap or 2.
Everybody stays out this time by.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the idea of trying to make a pass right now or timing it out knowing that you're about to be pitting so close. I'd probably just hang in line and then start messing around with that outside as soon as the pit stops are over.
Yeah, 4 cars coming off pit lane there. Leaders got by cleanly. Higgy still got about a car length gap to Broadcaster Clay in front of him. So it just appears like he's ready to set up for a move at any time, but he hasn't committed to doing it just yet, as there is some lap traffic up ahead.
I actually keep seeing the 49 and T. White doing that through the corners as well. He's fallen off quite a bit more than the other drivers. Of course, they say that now he's all over Crab Lake, but I wonder if maybe the 34 and the 49 are in a chat and they're both trying to save that 1 extra lap of fuel to be able to short stop it. You know what I mean? Stay out a little bit longer and then take a little bit less fuel. And it seems like that might be what they're doing back there, that second group with this lead pack.
That is very possible. As they're going to pass the, I believe that's the 22 here.
That's Tollison.
Tollison just missed out on the top 10 last season, finished 11th. I actually think he might have been tied. There was one group that was tied.
Tollison was tied dead even, but he did not win the tiebreaker, which is in the final race. Whoever finished the better of the 2 is your tiebreaker. But that says a lot right there on its own right, actually, right here out the gate. he's not even in the involvement of winning this, and being the first one out, you'd expect him to be one of the favorites entering this season, and instead he's actually still struggling. There's a lot of talent in this C group that wasn't even here last season at all, so going to be an interesting 8 weeks to say the least.
Yeah, GC Sports has been hot on the recruiting trail. They've really stocked up their depth here, and it's showing tonight with how many newer drivers are up here running in this front group. As we come down to final stops at any time.
Yeah, all I can say is I'm glad I advanced last season and don't have to try to this season.
Yeah, I mean, B group next season is still going to be stacked. We think it's stacked right now. It's still going to be stacked next season. So depth aplenty here in GC Sports. Lots of good drivers and talent.
Something happened to the 49 at T. White back there.
Yeah, he got moved up out of line there. He's got lost a little bit of time. He may be able to keep the draft. I do believe he will.
Yeah, that 22 is going to help him with that, being able to push him right now. So, yeah, T. White's catching back up right now. I think what's happening, the 49 seems to take a wide arch on entrance and on exit, and because that 77 tackle probably got underneath him and bumped him a little bit.
I still see no signals for pit stops. These guys continue to ride single file here with just about. Oh, we got a wreck! What just happened there? Oh my goodness! Was that a lag?
I'm not sure what just happened, but that's going to change a few things.
What in the world? That changes everything. That split up everybody.
Yeah, I like what that a lot of those guys that were just involved in that did, though. They'd already lost a lot of time on that lap, so they just all immediately came down pit road. If I was the 18, the 00, you know, this front four, I'd be coming to pit road. Well, actually, I'd be coming to pit road this time by. You're separated right now. Get on to pits. Stay separated the best you can.
Yeah, it looks like they're coming now. Wow, that was, I don't know what just happened, but that changed up everything. As we now have 4 left in this front group as they're coming to final pit stops here. This time by Hamilton, Just Ken, Wasted, and Broadcaster Clay. See how clean they get on pit lane. Clay off the gas early, Just Ken off the gas early. Wasted, very aggressive. If he gets that down to speed, oh, he's going to wreck.
So he wrecked, but he also made contact with the 12. So we're going to have to pay attention to that 12 of Broadcaster Clay and see if he didn't get a speeding penalty right there. Because even though it's a side bump, that will speed up your car. A few of our fans, not a big fan of the 10 car. There could have possibly been something involved with him out there.
Man, Wasted, very aggressive getting on pit lane there. He's not going to pay off.
Yeah, and Broadcaster Clay did indeed get a penalty.
I don't think that's a penalty. That's just he took a different strategy. He took 4 tires. The other guys might have taken 2 or none.
That's bold move, Cotton. Yeah.
So different strategies here amongst the front 4. Wasted did get a speeding penalty. He's still coming off a pit lane here. But advantage right now does go to Hamilton. Just Ken, he's got Tackleberry right behind him, so they should be able to draft back up to Hamilton. That's going to be your top 3.
Alright, so I missed that wreck, and they said that the 10 car actually just intentionally wrecked the leaders, is what they're saying out there in the YouTube land.
Well, we'll have to go back and watch the stream after the fact, see what happened, but if so, that is not going to be a good thing for the driver of the number 10.
Just Ken and Tackleberry. These guys should be able to go up and catch that 18, but I think that's going to make this race come down to just these 3 drivers.
Yeah, here comes Hickey off pit lane, but he's not going to be able to get the draft.
Yeah, there is a car, 2 cars. I believe one of them is the 10 back there, the 10 and the 49 maybe. So if Hickey can possibly get them to attach to his bumper, they would have 3. So it could be a decent matchup there, especially while it's 1 and 2 in front of them.
Yeah, right now we still have 1 car left out on track. That's 13. The voice of NASCAR, according to Dencate Stream, still has yet to pit. He is showing as the leader right now.
Who?
The 13, the voice of NASCAR, currently showing as the leader on Dencate Stream.
How many laps they got left?
So they're going to have, I believe it's 5 to go. So I don't know if that 13 is trying to make it on one stop, but everybody was told to make 2 stops here tonight. So if he's been saving fuel this whole time to make it on one, I don't know how that's going to play out. But nope, here he comes.
You know, I like it though. He avoided all that drama that happened with the wreck. He had drafting
be able to
help.
take half a can right here. No tires, nothing.
Yeah, and he had drafting help that whole time, so he didn't lose time by staying out like that and running by himself. These guys are passing him now. That should be just getting their lap back.
So the 00 now is showing as the leader.
Oh, so that was not the lap. That was that was already the race lead.
So 00 Tackleberry, they were able to draft up and around Hamilton there, as these are your top 3 cars racing for the win. There is a group behind them, but I don't know if they're going to have time to catch these guys.
I think they will. Right now, the 19 Hellraiser is in the front of 2 of the stronger cars from all night, as we have T. White and Higgy right behind them. And this top 3, I know they're running single file right now, but there's less than 5 to go. They're not going to stay single file a whole lot longer, I wouldn't assume. So I'm expecting those 3, Just Ken, Tackleberry, and Hamilton, to start racing, and when they do, that second group of 3 should be able to catch them.
Just Ken was one of the faster guys last season on Monday nights in the Truck Series, but he started the season so late he wasn't able to make his way up into the top 10 in points to advance. So he's making a return to the C group here. He is going to be one of the favorites, I do believe, just based off of pure pace. Should make it fairly easily in the top 15 to advance to B group next season.
Yeah, that 18 car C, he's already starting to get up side by side with that 77 at Tackleberry. That he just did it on the backstretch. I'm sure he's just trying to time it out, thinking those 2 might be working together. You know, what do I have to do to make a run? But every time he gets next to that 77 and he's real close on that side draft, he's slowing that whole pack of 3 down. I still believe this is going to end up being a 6-car race for the end. I may be wrong. Maybe he's timed it out just well enough that he can make these moves. But every time he does, I'm telling you, it's bringing those guys right up to him.
Yeah, as I'm trying to, I don't know how many laps down Dencade is, but I'm trying to get a lap count here. But we're 2-3 laps to go, if that. So it's crunch time for these guys. As the 18 tries to make another move on the high side, but he's just not going to have enough, as the 77 remains hooked to that 00's bumper. Tackleberry, Just Ken working together perfectly. As the 77 lags off, this might even be the last lap here. As he tries to get a little bit of a gap off of turn 4, maybe to look to make a move.
No, he's still hooked to the bumper. I don't think that was last lap. I think the 18 side drafting him like that actually may have just pulled him off of the 00.
Yeah. Here we go. We're going to try again here. Another lap around Talladega Super Speedway. It's Just Ken, followed by Tackleberry and Hamilton, your top 3 cars.
That 18 is trying hard. That second group looks like they're getting a little dicey back there, too, to finish in the top 5. So mark that down as now I don't think they're going to catch up.
Dencade is running in 24th out of 25th, 1 lap down. So he's coming by right now.
On his screen, you can clearly see that the 21 is the... Oh, this might be the last lap. 77 has made a move. Just Ken blocked hard. The 18 to the inside, he's going to get on to the 00. Looks like the 00 Just Ken is going to be your race winner as they come through the start. I think
Tackleberry, Hamilton, top 3. Just Ken, Tackleberry, and Hamilton. Let's see who was in that second group. I know it was led by the 19 of Hellraiser. Hellraiser, T. White, and Higgy, 4, 5, and 6. And that lap car that split the lead group up really changed the complexion of this race.
Yeah. How many of those how many you want to take?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can take the top 2 or 3.
All right.
But and just with 3 cars there, it's just not enough to get a really good run and try to make a move.
Nah, that was going to be really difficult. Tackleberry had to set the precedent at that one. He had to be the one that sandbagged off and kind of brought the 18 with him if he wanted something to happen, but the 18 was going to have a hard time trying to do that by himself.
What a first race here for this new mini season. We saw a little bit of everything, even some lap traffic interference, but at the end of things, Just Ken, league veteran, brings home the dub. We've already got some mad drivers in the chat. Fast lap goes to old guy with a 46.99.
Waiting on the drivers to get in here. We did invite them.
That we did. It was quite the race tonight. Let me see what we got in store for you guys this season before they join. So race number 2 next week, going to head to Atlanta, followed by Chicago, Pocono, Watkins Glen, Charlotte, Phoenix, and ending out at Texas. Those are the 8 tracks that we have on the schedule this season. So really good group of tracks, a lot of different tracks, good diversity there.
Yep. All right, we had one join, I believe.
Yeah, we have our second place. We got our runner-up here, Tackleberry. Tackleberry, you had a solid run here tonight. Ended up P number 2 here in the opener for this mini-series. Looked like you were really hooked to that double zeros bumper. I don't know if you guys were working together or not, but is there anything you could have done to be able to get around him there on that last lap?
Not on the last lap, I don't think. I'm not sure who was the other car. Was that Hamilton?
Yeah, that was Hamilton.
Yeah, he was splitting us, and I knew if I left the double zero, I was probably going to lose the second spot.
Yeah, we saw a lap car interfere with the lead group there. Y'all were a group of 8, and it seemed like that just really split up the group. And did that change your strategy at all, or affect your race and how it played out?
Yeah, I was working with the voice of NASCAR, LX, and also Crab Lake, and we were running right around 5th to 8th, right in there, and that kind of separated us all. And I owe Just Ken a win or I had to stay on his bumper. He helped me win one, what, a year ago, I think, in Giggity? Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. No, I wouldn't have blamed you for trying to get around me. And, I could see you and Hamilton fight, or he'd pull up to the outside of you, so I was trying to back you up and keep you next to him.
Oh, I was riding my brake trying to get away from you so I could get a run, but it just not going to happen.
Well, Taddy, you got anything for our runner-up here tonight, Tackleberry?
Yeah, Tackle, that was a really good run. You've been in when it used to be Giggity, you've been in our Cup Series. You know what it takes to race with some of the top drivers here in the league. And running with the likes of Just Ken, Hamilton right there, some newer guys that I didn't recognize. But all in all, you did a great job all night long, and I wouldn't expect anything different. Congratulations on your second-place finish.
Thanks, Taddy. Yeah, it was fun running with you guys. And some of these guys I've ran with quite a bit, like we were saying. I think Hamilton was a different name, but we ran together before. We kind of knew those guys were going to run up front. So did Crab and Alex, voice of NASCAR. So, yeah, I had a really good time on this one.
Yeah, well,
thanks,
congratulations, Tackleberry, on your runner-up finish, and we'll see you next week at Atlanta.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Before we move on to our race winner, I'm going to save the best for last. We'll go over to our third-place finisher, Hamilton. Welcome back to GC Sports. Hamilton got a top 3 finish here tonight in the season opener at Talladega. Tell us a little bit about your race and how it went.
Well, I was just kind of sitting there in line, just buying time, and then after the first pit stop, I got on pit road really well. I ended up in the lead somehow, and I just rode that to the finish.
Yeah, you were up front, led a majority of this race, especially after that first pit stop. You were just cruising up there. I asked Tackleberry the same question, and it looked like, that lap car really screwed some things up. I don't know if you were involved in that, but how did that affect your race? Were you you weren't able to have help to get around those 2 Chevrolets in front of you. Do you think that incident with the lap car might have
I didn't really think
cost you the win?
So right now, that that could very well be, but I don't think that's going to matter moving forward.
Yeah. Well, what's your outlook for Atlanta next week? What kind of car you got for that track?
Atlanta's, fun. Last time I ran Atlanta in a Cup car, I did well, but I ran out of gas, so I just don't want to do that again.
I hear you. Tad, you got anything for our third place finisher, Hamilton?
Well, first off, I think it's pretty clear that he's going to be bringing a Toyota next week to Atlanta. I don't know why you asked what kind of car he's going to have. Of course, I'm just kidding. No, Chase. Hey, listen, you kind of took the little sabbatical. You took the sabbatical there from GC Sports, and you come back and first run, you get a podium finish. Congrats, man! Like, you did a great job, and I didn't even see you really up front. I seen you in the main pack, but not really up front. That before that first stop, and then the second from there on out, you kind of were one of the dominating cars. So congratulations on that podium.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, we'll head on over to our winner, Just Ken, starting the season off strong. Just Ken, we talked about it during the race. You were quite the contender there at the end of last season in the Truck Series here on Monday nights. And you brought your A game here tonight and brought home your first dub here at Talladega. Tell us how you feel and tell how you got it done.
Well, it's good to get the monkey off my back. I've been poking at the door for a while and tried getting one last season and ended up, I think, with a few podium finishes or something, and it just, some races worked out, some didn't. I definitely didn't think it was going to be a plate track because I know a lot of guys talk to each other and work together, and having Tackleberry right there really helped me out because me and him were on a team together a while back, and so I felt comfortable with that, with him being right in my back pocket. But yeah, it's real good, and I get a little bit of a head start with points and stuff. So that's good to get. I feel like my stronger suits are the mile and a halves and stuff. So it's nice to be able to get the win out of the way and the track that I wouldn't think I would do so well at. So
for sure. Well, tell us a little bit about how your race played out and what put you in position there for the win here tonight.
I knew I was going to need to stay with the front group and just kind of keep my nose clean. I seen what the lap car did, and I feel bad for those guys that were involved with that, but I was like, okay, that's what I needed because I feel like I do better with less guys in the group if I can just get ahead of the group. So me and Tackle got off pit road, I think on the second pit stop pretty good, and the 18 was out front quite a ways, so I used him to push me around him and get in front of him as quickly as I could, and then I knew once I was in the lead and there was only those two behind me, I knew Tackle would follow me till the last lap, and then that's when he'd try to make his move. So I played that into my hands, and it worked out. I seen the 18 trying to poke out and get a run on the high side, so I was like, okay, he's not gonna really work with Tackle. He's trying to work for himself, and that's not gonna work. It's hard, as we all know, it's hard to get a run on the high side by yourself. So yeah, it played out. Keep my nose clean. I mean, you gotta stay up front here, especially with a big group like this, and stay out of the mess. So that worked out in my favor.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to toss it over to Taddy. I know he's got a special announcement here for you that none of the drivers knew about before the race. So, Taddy, it's all yours.
Yeah, so first off, Ken, per usual, everything that you just said I wasn't listening to. No, I'm just kidding. But listen, so none of the drivers knew this, but what we're actually going to do here with the Season 2 for GC Sports is because you're in the C group, and it's all about advancing, right? And so we want drivers to understand the capability of the next level up and the next tier up. So since you won the race at Talladega, and we're actually racing at Talladega tomorrow for the Slider B group, you are invited to be the 21st entrance into the field tomorrow night if you want to take that. So I'll meet up with you and we'll get a number squared away for you later. But yeah, if you're interested, for sure you get to be that. And any of the drivers out there in the C group all race all season long, all 8 weeks. You guys race the same track as what the B group is the night following. So if you guys get a W, you get to race the next night in the B group.
You can do that. I mean, even after you can do it more than once if you win more than.
Yeah, whoever wins at that week, so on Monday, whoever wins the C group is going to get to race that same track with the B group the following night.
All right, heck yeah.
Well, congratulations, just Ken, picking up your first GC Sports victory here tonight. And by the sounds of it, I guess I'll catch you tomorrow night for a little bit of slider action as we are going to move up to the B group here in the GC Sports YouTube land. So make sure you guys tune in for that. We will be an hour later start time tomorrow night. So I believe it's 8:05 Eastern, 8:10, somewhere in there. Taddy, can you confirm?
Yeah, so 8:05 is start time for any of the B group guys out there listening that are in question as well. So the way we've always run things, the lobby gets set up at 7:40, qualify at 7:50, the broadcast goes live at 8, and the race timer starts at 8:05. So tune in tomorrow night for the B group at Talladega on these sliders.
Absolutely, B group tomorrow night at Talladega, as well as the custom C group starting out at Talladega Wednesday, and custom B group Talladega on Thursday. So lots of plate racing here this week to start out the new mini season of GC Sports. So lots of action to be had. Well, for Aqua Taddy, I'm Gator Mike, GTR Mike 89. We hope you guys enjoyed the action here this evening, and we will catch you guys next time. Tune in. Thank you.